Gotta get my cheat sheet up because there are so many books around me and they are not organized at all. So I've got my little cheat sheet. Okay, so I have been waiting to film this video for when the sun came out, but it's 1 o'clock and I've been waiting for 3 days. So I'm just deciding that it's never going to come out. But that doesn't make sense because it's January and January is the most depressing month of the year. Welcome to my December 2022 stats video. I have a lot of books. Wait, let me count. I have like 80 books to mention in this video.
Wow!
So I'm gonna go pretty quickly because I went a little crazy with the new books this month. Say hi. He's a little attention hogger. Okay, so if you're new here, I'm going to go through all of the books that I read this month, all of the books that I bought this month that I need to read, and then all the books that I'm getting rid of this month. And I'm going to go over some charts and some stats and my physical TBR and how much it's grown or hopefully lessened, because my goal is to lessen my physical TBR. I don't know if lessen is the correct word. To shrink my physical TBR. So I don't mind if I own a lot of books. I just want to have read those books. That's what I'm saying, you know? This month for reading wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. Like, I read good books, but not a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? The first book I read, and I cannot believe that I read this in December because it feels like forever ago, but the first book that I read was Heartless. I love Marissa Mayer's writing. One of my most favorite series of all times is the Renegades series right back here. And so I was really excited to read this. And I'll say it was good, but I didn't love it. You know, it wasn't as good as these ones to me, but I know to a lot of people it is. Yeah, what did I give it? I gave it a, where did I write it? I gave it a 3.5 stars. So right, not bad, but not good. It's above average. So this is what I wrote for my final thoughts. This is okay. I do want to say a lot of people said that this book like broke their heart, and I can definitely see why, because it's not really like a comedy, you know? But honestly, for me, it was kind of fun. Like, I was kind of anticipating things to go wrong and getting like excited for it. So maybe that's horrible, maybe that's just something, I don't know. I said this book was really interesting because I knew it was gonna end and I was kind of anticipating it in some way, like I said. I loved how there was no real villain. A lot of people think that Peter might be the antagonist, and while I do think that he wasn't necessarily like a good person, I would say that with everybody treated him and how much of like an outcast he was, it kind of makes sense how he was acting. Like, I don't know, everyone was a real jerk to him. I think the antagonist is Wonderland itself, like the world. Everyone was just kind of doing what they knew how to do, and it was just a crazy and unexplainable world, so obviously something is gonna happen because the rules don't make sense. So obviously something's gonna go wrong in a place where there's literally no order, you know? To me, the lesson that I got out of this book was that you can live in like a most amazing, wonderful state and in the coolest places, but honestly our happiness is just what we make it and how we make decisions, and these people did not make the correct decisions. So okay, and then I read Alice in Wonderland to kind of get more context, because I know the Wonderland story obviously, but I've never read it before. And I read this version, which is the, what are their names? Mina Lima version. this book is so beautiful. Genuinely, the only reason that I got through this was because of the beautiful artwork and the cool, like, interactive elements of this book. I have, where is it? I have the first Harry Potter of this lady, and oh my gosh, look, like, it's like, I can't really do much of it right now because I don't want to bend anything, so I'm not going to show you. Also, it's really fun to experience it for the first time when you're reading it, so I'm not going to show you too much of the cool artwork, but I love her, and that's the only reason I got through this book. I feel like I might be offending some people, but I honestly, I don't understand why everyone loves Alice in Wonderland so much. I gave this, I can't write in this because this is my mom's book, so I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure I'm giving it a 2 stars. The only reason I got through it was because I already had the characters in this story to connect to Alice, and yeah. Another one that I read that is very similar, I think, to Alice in Wonderland, but it's so much better in my opinion, is Narnia. These were my 2 classics for the month. I kind of cheated and read really easy child ones, but Narnia, girl, I loved this book. I loved this book. I gave it 5 stars, and I don't give most books 5 stars, but I was like, this book is just, it's not even like one of my favorites, like 5 stars, but I just gave it a 5 star because it's so, it's just, you know. And I love the movie, so that's probably why I actually gave it a 5 star, because I read it and then I watched the movie in the same day, and I was like, yes, I love this world. So, that's why. I love Edmund. He's an entire mood. Like, the whole time, he's just spiteful towards his older siblings because they want to be in charge of him and they want to control him, and I completely understand where Edmund is coming from. Like, if your siblings are trying to make you do something, you're gonna go against it, like, even if you want to do it, you know? So, yeah, I love this family's dynamic. I also read In a Holidays. I'm kind of on, like, a wintry theme, if you can't tell. This book is Narnia's stuck in a forever winter. This one is obviously a winter book. And this one, I gave it 4 stars because I liked it, because it was given Groundhog Day, and I love a good Groundhog Day, and the main character I really related with. She was like a very big perfectionist at the beginning, and then she kind of just learned to just live, like, not really expect too much, and just if something was happening, she was like, yeah, let's do this. So I liked it. I thought it was a good holiday romance. I get a little nervous reading holiday romances because sometimes they're like, but that one was good. So, and then another one that I read, this was the last book that I read. This was A Winter's Promise. Here it is. Look at it. I annotated it, and it's beautiful, and I'm giving this book 4.5 stars because it's not a 5 star. I wanted it to be a 5 star, but there were a few parts where I was like, what? Like, what? Like, there's one part where this guy says, when are you coming back? Like, I'm kind of getting used to you. And she goes, ugh, he's in love with me. And I was like, he's just finally tolerating you. That doesn't mean he's in love with you. But so the main character, I love her because I love how she's not like the typical YA fantasy main character, which is like, I'm tough and I'm gonna get stuff done and no man's gonna get in my way. She's like quiet and very not good at anything, basically. So I really liked her, and I really liked the dynamic of the 2 main characters, Ophelia and Thorn. Also, Ophelia and Thorn, like, those are the most beautiful names ever, anyways. Anyways, those are such fantasy names, you know what I'm saying? I really liked their dynamic because both of them were kind of like, I'm not talking to you, I don't want to talk to you, and then somehow they still have conversations, and it's really funny because neither of them want to be talking to each other, and they're just like... And then the last book that I'm including in this, because it's currently December 30th, I still have one more day of December, is, what's it called? The Holiday Swap. And I'm reading that on Audible, and I'm really close to finishing it, so I'm just gonna count it, even though I haven't finished it by this video. My predicted rating is probably 3.5, because it's just like a good vibe. It was just an audiobook, so I just kind of listened to it when I had time, and I wasn't really like super into it, but I did like it. You know what I'm saying? So those are the books I read. I read 7 books this month. Now I'm gonna go through all of the books that I bought, and I'm gonna do it quickly because there's 36 of them. So yeah, I bought 36 books this month. I only read 2 of them. This one was one of the ones that I bought this month, and then The Holiday Swap. So those 2 I have read. The rest I have not. Granted, a lot of these are gifts, like from Christmas or from my birthday. So, you know, I didn't go too crazy, but I did go a little crazy. So we're just gonna go through them, you know? So at the beginning of the month, I was buying like winter themed books left and right. So these first few are just like, they have a lot of snow incorporated in them. So I bought Green Glass House, which is a middle grade, and it's like a mystery, and I don't buy a bunch of mysteries, so I was like really proud of myself for branching out. And I'm actually really excited to read this book. I think it'll be really fun. Another one I bought is Winterwood, and I think this book is just beautiful. It's just a beautiful book. To be honest, I have no clue what this book is about. The main character's name is Nora, though, which is a good name. So yeah. And then the other one I bought for my little like winter TBR, I was planning on reading all of these, but I didn't get to 3 of them, which is okay. I feel like just 3 is like a good amount that I didn't get to, you know? Anyways, the last one is Check Please. And this one is a graphic novel, so like, I can read this really fast, but I'm just gonna save it because I don't like reading a bunch of graphic novels in one month, because then I don't have any to read in the next months, you know? So I'm excited for this one. I think there's 2 books in this series, so if I like it, I will have another book I have to buy, but we're not gonna worry about that right now. Okay, and then we have my birthday. I went to Barnes & Noble and I got a gift card for my birthday, and so I bought these, but I didn't pay for them, you know? Let me find them. Where are they? Where are they? What? 1 second. Okay, so the first one I bought is A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. I watched this in play form, like the musical. It's kind of like the you know how Taylor Swift has sister albums? I kind of think it as like the brother musical to Les Mis, because they're very similar, and they are both during the French Revolution, and there's a lot of death in both of them. But yeah, here's A Tale of Two Cities. I tried reading A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens this month, and I really wasn't into it. So I hope that I can get more into the classics mood throughout the year. I think December is just kind of like a crazy month, so I wasn't really into classics. So I didn't do very well on A Christmas Carol, but I'm excited for A Tale of Two Cities because I really liked the characters when I watched the play. I also bought The Alchemist, which is one that I've been meaning to buy for like 3 years now. Like, it's so short, and there's so many quote-worthy moments in this book that I'm like, why haven't I bought this and read it yet? Because I think it'll be a really easy classics read. So I'm really excited. Like, listen to this quote on the back. To realize one's destiny is a person's only obligation. Like, come on, why haven't I read this book yet? So, also, Beautiful cover. Beautiful cover. And then I bought A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which is one of my really close friends, like, most favorite book ever. And she asked me to read it so we could talk about it. So I bought this. I've been wanting to read it anyways. This is also a mystery. And so I bought 2 mysteries this month, which is crazy for me. And then the last one I bought is Better Than the Movies, which is just a lot of people's favorite books. Like one of a lot of people's top favorite books this month. I don't know. Okay, now we're at Christmas. I'm gonna show you all the books that I received for Christmas, and then I'm gonna show you all the books that I bought with my gift cards that I got for Christmas, you know? Okay, so the first one I got is The Tea Dragon Tapestry. I did not even know that this book existed, and then when I opened it, I was like, what? So, I feel pretty stupid, but I loved the first 2 books in this beautiful graphic novel. Look at the artwork. Oh my gosh! I'm so excited to read this. And also just the cover, like, oh, this is one of my favorite books in the whole world, and I haven't even read it yet. I also got another graphic novel, which is the first one in the Avatar graphic novels, and I want these so bad, but they're so expensive. Like, this book is $25. Look at it. Look at it. This is it's paperback and this thin, and it's $25. Granted, it's colored on the inside, so that kind of makes sense, but like, what? So there's a lot of these and they're all expensive. So I don't know when I'm gonna be able to buy all of them, but I really want them. So I'm glad I at least have one of them. In January, I'm planning on doing a Avatar rewatch, and then I want to read these, and then I want to read the Avatar Kyoshi books that are out, because I haven't read those either. And it's weird because I'm like obsessed with Avatar. I'm using my phone to film this, so I can't show you, but my home screen is literally Avatar, so yeah. I also got the Heartstopper coloring book. I love this book so much. It's so cute. I'm not counting it as a reading book, so this isn't going to be included in my like little stats section at the very end, but I just wanted to show you it because I'm so happy to finally have it. That's from one of my really good friends, Amberly. I also got this from her. This is her favorite book. For Christmas, I just asked for all my friends' favorite books. So yeah, this is her favorite book. It's Under a Painted Sky, and she's talked about it before, and I've just never read it because historical fiction scares me. So yep. Yep. Another one from one of my friends, The Screaming Staircase. This is my friend Isaac, one of his favorite series. It's a middle grade, but you know me, I'm not afraid of a middle grade book. I love middle grade, so I'm really excited. And if it's good, I'm excited to have a new series to get into, you know, because I have a million already, but like, I'm always ready for more, you know? These 2 books, these are probably the best books in my entire life at this moment. For Christmas, I asked for my parents to pick their favorite book and annotate it for me and tell me why they loved it. So they did it, and I'm so excited to read these. So my dad picked Where the Red Fern Grows, and he just, he did annotate a little. He didn't write too much in it. He just wrote these really cool little, like, page inserts, and he just put them at important parts in the book. And so I'm really excited to read this. I've been scared of this book my entire life because of the tragic dog stories, but you know me, I break down at the mention of any sad dog story, so that one's gonna get me, even though it's a middle grade, which isn't saying much because middle grades can be so deep and so sad, bro. Anyways, this is my mom's. It's not like her favorite, but like together, this is like one of our favorites ever. We also watched a musical for this. There's a lot of music classics that get made into musicals that we watch. This is Daddy Longlegs, and it is probably like one of my most favorite musicals ever. Like, I'm not kidding. And so she annotated it for me, and I'm so excited to go through and read this and hear all her thoughts, because this is also another one that has, oh my gosh, she labeled where all of the songs take place in the musical, in this book. Oh, what? I did not even see that before. Oh, I'm so excited to read this. If you haven't watched the musical, I would not recommend watching the ones on YouTube because they suck. I would recommend just listening to it and then waiting, hopefully somewhere near you, some theater will do it, and then go seeing it there, because the slime tutorials or whatever they're called on YouTube are really bad. They are so horrible. I hate them. But I love the music and the one that I saw in person. It's a 2-person cast. There's 2 people in the whole cast, and they're on stage for the entire 2.5 hours. So it's kind of an intense show to be in. So I applaud anyone who's ever been in that show before. This from my sister. What? It's a Winnie the Pooh box collection, and these are beautiful books. They're my favorite. They're so fun. They're so fun. So I intend on exploiting these to my best ability because they're small and easy reads, but they're classics. So I'm definitely going to start counting these as like my 2 classics per month goal. And then the other box set I got is this chunky one. It is Myths and Legends from Around the World. So they have a book for Norse myths, African myths, Indian myths, Japanese myths, Chinese myths. I'm so excited to read these. I counted these as nonfiction because to me, they're more of like a collection of information about cultures than stories, you know? Like, I'll still read them as stories, but they're not really fiction read for me, you know? Yeah. So there's 8 books in this set, and this is gonna take me probably my entire lifetime to get through, but I'm just excited to learn more about other cultures' myths, because they have a Greek and Roman one, but I know so much about Greek and Roman myths and like nothing about the other ones. I know a little bit about Norse, obviously from like Thor and from How to Train Your Dragon, so, but that's all I know, so I'm excited to learn more. This is what I bought from my Christmas gift cards. I bought 4 books, and when I went, they were having a 50% off sale on hardbacks, so I got 2 hardbacks, which I don't normally do. If you have noticed, most of these books are paperbacks because I'm poor, but yeah. So I got Little Women, which is kind of funny because I'm literally getting rid of a Little Woman, but it's okay. I like this version better, and I'm more likely to read it if it's in a book like this. I also bought 6 of Crows, which is like about time, you know? Yeah, I've been meaning to buy this book for years and I just never did, and now I have it, and I'm really excited to read it because a lot of people like it and I really want to be included and stop feeling left out. So yeah. And then I bought two ones that are pretty basic. You know what, whatever. I bought the Barnes & Noble book of the year, which is Lessons in Chemistry, and it's got blue edges and it's like super cool. I'm excited to read this one because it's the book of the year and I haven't read it yet. And I also bought Babel, which is, from what I have heard, the real book of the year. Like, I honestly have not heard basically anything about this book until the last few months, but this book has been everywhere this year. And it's been like the top #1 book of like half of the people that I've, like half of the videos that I've watched. So I decided to read it. It's a little thick, and I've heard it's slow, and it's kind of like a really descriptive book, so I'm a little nervous to read it, but you know what? I'm not afraid of nothing. Nothing. So, yeah. We're almost done. I have a few more books to show you. So just a few days ago, I went back to Barnes & Noble and I bought a huge stack, and this one's backwards, of manga, because I'm trying to get into manga this year and I want to do a manga video. So I'm going to do that in like this week. I'm going to do it because I'm not currently reading any books. So I'm just going to read a bunch of manga. So I picked up basically the most common ones there are ever. I have the first volume of Fruits Basket, first Attack on Titan, volumes 1 through 3 in this. I think the spine is really cool, so that's why I wanted this one, because if I collect them, this is the one I would want, you know? And then I also bought the first volume of Spy Family. This one I'm probably most excited to read. I'm so excited for Spy Family. Our Dining Table, which I just randomly saw, and I read about it, and I was like, yes, I want this book. And then I also have one more. It's just on its way because I bought it from like some sketchy company, but it's coming. I know it is. It's called what is it called? 5 seconds per centimeter, I think. I'll put a picture. Now moving on to my unhauling portion of this video. This is gonna be such a long video. I'm getting rid of 37 books this month because one of my goals for the new year is to have full bookshelves, but full of books that I actually am proud to be showing off. And all of these books that I'm getting rid of, I literally don't care about. So, yeah, I'm not excited. So I'm gonna go through these really fast because I don't have much to say about them, but yeah. So I'm getting rid of An Abundance of Catherines, Carve the Mark, the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series. I'm literally never gonna read these. I know it. I already know it, so I'm getting rid of them. I have Eon, which I got like for free, so it was for free, and I don't have any interest in it, but it was free, so I got it, you know? But, so yeah. Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. This one is annotated, and I did like it when I read it, but now every time I look at it, I'm kind of just like, ew. I don't know why. I don't even know why. I hate this book with all of my soul. I'm getting rid of it because I hate it so much. Anyways, this is A Wrinkle in Time, The Book Jumper. This one I've tried to start like 7 times, and I've only ever gotten to page 50. So this one is Maximum Ride. I actually did like this book when I was reading it, but I just never finished it because I had more exciting books to read, you know? So, yeah. I have a second copy of Narnia, and obviously I want to keep the one that comes in like a set. So I'm getting rid of this one. I'm getting rid of Flipped because I watched the movie for this and I enjoyed it, and then I bought it off of thrift books and it came looking like this. And I was like, oh. Classics. It's The Swiss Family Robinsons, The Secret Garden, Black Beauty, and Little Women. Of my Jane Austen box set, even though they're very pretty and I just love a good cloth bound cover and I love Jane Austen, I never see myself physically reading these books. These are just for show. And so I have, where is it? I have Jane Austen's books in like copies of that I'd actually be proud to read and bring around with me. Like, I don't know really how to explain it. Like, I just would not take this to school and open it and read this book because it just looks funky, you know? So I'm also gonna get rid of these. I have a few nonfiction books. I have The Garden, The Dog Training Revolution, and I also have 101 Dog Tricks for when I first got Finn. Rosanna Pacino's baking book. I am getting rid of these books back here. I didn't take them off yet because I didn't want my shelves to look empty for this whole video. But, yeah, I have the whole Divergent series, and I never read past the first book, and I literally have no desire to. So, I'm gonna get rid of these. I'm getting rid of a lot of series. I'm getting rid of the Lunar Chronicles. I bought this entire series because everybody hyped it up, and the covers are beautiful. Oh, look at this cover. Look at this cover. I'm still in love with it. Even though I hated the book, I'm in love with this cover. But I did not like Cinder at all. I thought it was really bad. And then I tried to start Scarlet because I heard that it gets better, but I was kind of like, I don't want to spend my time reading a series that I don't like just because it possibly might get better. I have other books that I would rather read. And then the last series I'm getting rid of is The Summer I Turned to Pretty. I'm getting rid of how many? 37 books. So with with that being said, I read 7 books, I bought 36 books, and I got rid of 37 books. So my physical TBR was at 117 at the beginning of the month, and now it's at 110. So I only got 7 books off of my TBR because I'm getting rid of a ton, but I'm balancing it out by buying and being gifted like hundreds. So, or 37, but it's, you know, the same thing. Now I have a few graphs for you. I only have 2 this month because I didn't really have a lot, but I just thought it would be interesting to see which genres I got the most of for Christmas and just this month in general. And surprisingly, my top genre was classics. I got 28% of all the books that I got this month were classics, followed up by nonfiction, which is crazy, which I don't know if it actually counts because I'm counting these books as nonfiction, so some people might not count them as nonfiction, and if so, then I got 0 nonfiction books because those are the only nonfiction books that I got. And then that's followed up by manga because I went a little crazy for my video, but I'm really excited for it, so I don't regret it at all. And my lowest one is mystery because I only got 2 books this month. Usually that's not even a genre on here, but since I got 2 of them, I was like, let's include it. So yeah, here's another one. I just wanted to see and show you how many were gifted and how many I bought. So the orange is things that were gifted to me. The blue are things that were gift cards, so I didn't spend any money, but I picked them out myself, you know. And then the yellow were ones that were bought, so I only spent like 25% of all these books here I only actually spent money on. So I think I did a pretty good job spending this month, you know, especially since I didn't get a paycheck this month. So I I got 37 books, but I didn't get a paycheck, so I don't really know how that happened. 78% of all of my new books this month were gifts. So it worked out. That's definitely the highest it's ever gonna be because obviously it's December, so Christmas. So I just gotta work on toning down my spending for the next few months because I got a lot of good books here and I'm excited to read them. Except for the problem is I'm starting a lot of series like this book. I already know I have 1 purchase for next month because I'm gonna buy the 2nd book in this series. So that's my thing. I try not to buy the 1st book in series or standalones, but I'm fine buying like the 2nd book if I've read the 1st book and I really liked it and I want to continue. I feel like that's fine and normal and makes sense because you fall in love with the characters and you want to see more of them, you know? So I'm not mad at myself when I do that. But most of these books are standalones or the 1st book in a series. Like this, not a good thing because if I like any of these, there's like 50 volumes of all of these. So it's gonna be a rude awakening if I decide I like manga. I'm going to now I have to reorganize all my bookshelves because of how many books I got and how many I'm getting rid of. So now I'm gonna do that because my room looks absolutely insane. I'll insert a picture of my view right now. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, thanks so much for getting through this very long video.